For those of you who've just escaped Gitmo or North Korea or something, Rune Slayer's been closed for a little while now. And from what I can tell from just like a cursory glance at the Discord, niggas are not happy about it. If y'all got any unemployed friends, just, make sure you're checking with them and making sure they're doing okay, because this was a major hit to the unemployed population of the earth. Like, I can't even sit here and lie like it hasn't been affecting me too, bro. I'm currently jobless and I've just been itching to slay a rune, bro. It's been too long. I can't lie though, like, this shutdown has got me thinking, mainly about the future of Rune Slayer, because it's no secret that up until the first shutdown, the game state was shaky at best and unplayable at worst. And while I do have faith that the developers will address some of like the bigger issues like exploiters and laggy servers, just based on some of the responses from the developer interview, I don't really have a lot of faith that they'll address the little things that are really plaguing the player base. Yesterday I decided that I would go into the Rune Slayer general chat and ask the player base what they think some of the biggest issues with the game that are kind of lesser known. Now I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the answers were stupid as fuck. I guess that's just the nature of asking kids their problems with the Roblox game. Fuck me, I guess. But quite a few of them were actually pretty decent suggestions. And today, I want to take some time to shine light on those and offer some solutions to the developers before the game releases, in the hopes that maybe they can implement some of these changes. Before we get into that though, I'd like to ask you, yes, you specifically, Jonathan Myers, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're super close to 5,000 subscribers. Not really, but we could be if you subscribe. Michael Ferguson. I genuinely haven't gained a subscriber since 2017, so if you subscribe, that'd be pretty sweet. But without further yappalations, let's get into the content. The first topic that was brought up to me was Rune Slayer's combat. And I feel like I've gone on record saying that Rune Slayer's PvP sucks ass, and it might be some of the worst PvP on Roblox. But after some further examination and just soul searching and thinking, I've come to the conclusion that the PvE low-key sucks ass too. And honestly, it has very little to do with the enemies being difficult or the players being bad or the meta or anything like that. And it has everything to do with the combat system being fundamentally broken in my opinion. Now what do I mean by this? Well, to explain that, I'd have to explain Rune Slayer's combat system to you, which I'm about to do. For those who somehow just don't know, I wouldn't blame you because you never fucking parry in this game, but if you didn't know, Rune Slayer is a parry based game, not dissimilar to a game like Deep Woken. But obviously there are some stark differences. In Deep Woken, mobs have attack windows and timings, and you're heavily incentivized to learn these in order to defeat mobs efficiently. This system, alongside systems like the Chain of Perfection, basically encourage players to learn and master the mobs so that they can defeat them even faster. The systems like the Chain of Perfection and the mobs giving you windows to attack them in Deep Woken kind of leave space for this insane level of skill expression, where a player as low as level 2 can fight an endgame boss as long as they took the time to run the reps and actually learn the attack patterns. I fear that this does not exist in Rune Slayer. Rune Slayer mobs attack you with little regard for whether or not you're going to fight them back, and all the attacks are telegraphed extremely poorly in my opinion, and it kind of just leaves almost no space for skill expression. The system as it is currently basically just encourages players to outscale and face tank the content, which I don't really think bodes well for future difficulty spikes. Because if one day the developers just decide to add a mob that actually does require you to learn and master its attack patterns, people just are not going to be ready for it. Now this is a massive problem, but fear not, loyal viewer, I have a solution. I would have the Rune Slayer developers do two things. First off, give certain mobs attack windows and actually telegraph their attacks properly, because certain mobs have attacks that just come out instantly. Right away, this will allow players to actually learn the mobs instead of just face tanking them, which is what currently happens. I would also add a system similar to the Chain of Perfection from Deep Woken to Rune Slayer. I personally think this would add some much needed skill expression to Rune Slayer and actually allow players who want to learn and master the mobs so they don't have to rely on cheese methods for difficult enemies such as imps and fiends. I personally think this is better in the long run and just overall healthier for the game. Next up is the luck system, which is I feel like that's the thing I've complained the most about on Rune Slayer. And here I am again with my stupid grumpy old ass to complain about it again because nothing has fucking changed. And to be honest, I wholeheartedly with my full fucking being believe that half of the reason why the player count of this game was so fucking cooked before the shutdown was because of the luck system. Again, for those of you who were in Gitmo or just escaped North Korea, the luck system in Rune Slayer essentially just gives you more opportunities to get drops from mobs, which basically just takes the time that it takes to farm things and just cuts it in half. I've gone on record on this channel saying that I'm 99% sure that Rune Slayer drop rates are tuned around having high levels of luck, and I'm still 99% sure that's the case. I'm not joking or exaggerating when I say that Rune Slayer with luck and Rune Slayer without luck are two entirely different games. Just speaking from personal experience, I played about 50 hours on an archer slot, and I didn't get I literally did not get maxed out armor. Like I could not do it. But on a slot where my friend gave me a golden fairy, a thief slot, not only did I have max armor by hour 20 on the build, I also had double 2 Rune Slayer Ragnaroks. Now, from what I've observed from these niggas just spamming 2x and 4x drops, these niggas are extremely reluctant to rework the luck system. So reluctant, in fact, that they would rather kill their own game. Because as a player who doesn't have access to this luck or these lucky items, why the fuck would I ever play the game unless there's 2x or 4x? It literally makes no fucking sense. And evidently that was the fucking case, because when there was no 2x, no one was playing the game. I've just come to the conclusion that for some reason, cosmically unknown to my dumbass, you niggas are very desperate to keep this dog shit luck system in the game. So my solution this time is a compromise. You niggas can keep your dog shit luck system. You can even keep your dog shit 1% luck race, bro. I really don't give a fuck anymore. Just add luck potions. Greater, lesser, and just regular luck potions so that people can get temporary luck for farming. I would also make items that are basically tied to your progression, like making armor easier to obtain. Why the fuck do I gotta go venture to hell, a location that kills me like if I'm there for longer than a minute, and kill 50 demons for a chance to get 1 hide just to make armor that's gonna have 1 rune slot anyway, bro? That's really dumb, guys. I see a lot of people complaining about gold ore, and like I honestly think gold ore is one of the few things that's actually perfectly fine. I just don't think it should be tied to luck. Items like that 1 staff that you craft with gold and like the ancient rune blade, I think items like this can and should exist in the game. Extremely rare, powerful items that not everyone is going to get access to. I just don't think that in order to enjoy the game, you should have to dig up luck. That's really stupid, guys. We should fix this. Please and thank you. Child, please. The next issue with the game is people like me. My bad all, I guess. The last real thing I saw mentioned in the Discord as an issue was the inconsistent power scaling per area. So inconsistent, in fact, that it kind of just leaves you scratching your head most of the time. A lot of Rune Slayer quests and the point of the game in which you obtain them flat out just make no fucking sense. And I can't speak for everybody, but at least for me, the first time around, it made progression really weird and confusing. Let me just give y'all a few examples of what I'm talking about. The first and most egregious example in my opinion is the fact that you receive the Mother Spider quest around level 27. I feel like I don't need to tell you guys that you're definitely not ready for Mother Spider at level 27. That's not even considering that everything that boss drops, you literally cannot even use until level 40. So why the fuck is that a quest that I'm able to get? Another less egregious example is the fact that you can get Fiend quest the second you enter Lakeshire, which is really funny because you can barely handle a fucking Banshee at that point, let alone a Fiend. That's not even mentioning the fact that the Imp and the Fiend quest, they literally clog up the board and they don't disappear unless you do them. So unless you have a jumping squad or a fire team of 30 niggas ready to just take down Fiends with you, your progression is going to be a wee bit slower. I feel like an easy way to fix this problem is just have these quests be visible to you when you're actually able to handle them, or I don't know, maybe utilize the items that drop from the fucking quest. I would also just streamline the progression, because what the fuck are we doing here, man? Like, I can't speak for everybody, bro, but I personally spent multiple hours around level 28 trying to get this Mother Spider quest done because I was under the impression that I needed to do this shit, bro. Little did I know, no, I did not need to do this shit. I'm low-key willing to wager that I'm not the only person who went through that, bro, because it's pretty confusing. I just took a look at my Google Doc and it appears that was everything. I hope to God that Rune Slayer comes back with a big bang, bro, because I keep saying it and niggas think I'm joking. I love this game and I want it to succeed because the game is fucking awesome and it has low-key infinite potential. And all that it really takes for this game to be as great as it can be is for the devs to fucking lock in. Godspeed to the devs, man. I hope everything's going smoothly with y'all niggas. Godspeed to my subscribers, and you know, if you want a Godspeed, you can subscribe. I'll give you one. In fact, if you subscribe right now, the one that I said earlier, it applies to you too. Don't worry, bro. I got you. Y'all have a good day. Y'all be safe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out, chat.